Alrighty guys, welcome back. We are watching episode 3 of Madoka Magica. Man, last time, a whole bunch of stuff happened. We quite the show was put on, in my opinion, to entice Madoka and Sayaka to become magical girls. That's still what it feels like is going on to me. So, I've had some, I've thought a lot about this show over the past week since last time. I have some updated thoughts on stuff. I guess yeah, sure. I've refined my thoughts on some of the previous stuff I said that I don't know if I agree with anymore. But you know what? I'll just talk about it in the discussion. I don't want to ramble about it here. No one will listen to it here. So yeah, let's just get started. We are watching episode 3 of Madoka Magica. You can line up your own copy with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is, yeah, this is what Sayako was thinking about when she's talking about her wish. Oh, this is, yeah, the CD. They were out buying a CD. Oh, wow, fancy. You know what? I think I know what's going on now. Forgot what they said his name was. Something with a K, I think. I should have written it down. This is why I should need to take notes. Oh, wow, okay. She was there. Was she there? Or was that... I don't know. That could just be... Man. Alright. Man, all of that puts, the stuff she was talking about. This is something I was thinking new stuff about because I feel like I didn't acknowledge it enough in my last discussion. That puts the talk that she was telling Madoka about how, like, it's weird that they haven't, that they can't just decide on a wish right away. She was saying that most people have a wish that they would just be able to decide right away on, you know? And I think, the context of that scene and her relationship with, whatever his name was, I feel bad that I forgot. The context of her relationship with him, I think, gives me a good idea of what she thinks her wish should be, right? It's like she's blaming herself for not, you know, wishing what she thinks she should wish, considering her relationship with him. Well, you know, talk about it in the discussion. Not gonna lie, I've also listened to this opening probably... I think I just had it on loop for like half of a day once. It's really good. I really like it. Oh, and that is a Monogatari shot right there, if I've ever seen one. Hi, Mommy. Sorry. She sure is, isn't she? They have said that. We haven't really ran into that yet. You know, any actual example of that. A familiar. Interesting. I'm still, like, I don't know. I'm so suspicious of everything Mommy or Cube says. I mean, Madoka had kind of a vague wish, right? The ability to help other people, right? That's what it sounded like at the end of the last episode. Interesting. Huh. Oh, the framing, the darkened face. I didn't have time to think about it. That's something, isn't it? Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Huh. Yeah. Worse off than her. Kamija, that was his name. It's not like it hasn't happened before. True. Sure. That's man. Yeah. Man. That is a harsh way of putting it. Huh. She just really doesn't want them to waste their wish, I guess. I guess now I'm my opinion of mommy has drastically shifted in the past 2 minutes now. So, I don't know. I'm I'm sure. Hmm. Man, I the way the lighting is always framed on him. Just wishing to be a magical girl. Hmm. Oh, don't say that. Hmm. More, yeah, the idolizing other people. Hmm. Like, look at the lighting right now. Like, hello. Interesting. Such potential. Hmm. What about her makes her have such potential? Oh, okay. Hmm. Interesting. Huh. Mm-hmm. Loves a challenge. Living her ideal way of life. Is she? Hmm. I think she does, yeah. Madoka has a lot of people to look up to. Man, I don't know what to make of that scene. That was very interesting. I feel like I'm really gonna have to think about that. Just like what that means for how Madoka views her mother. I don't know. Hmm. Oh, God. No longer innocent civilians. Oh, and Akami's on the high ground again. It's like last time they talked. It's a nuisance. I don't think that's all. I don't think it's just a nuisance. Her potential. Okay, now, like, I don't know what to think about mommy. I have no idea. I don't think so. Hmm. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know what to think about mommy at all. I like now. I'm just thinking. Oh God, I don't know. I literally don't know. I'll have to talk about it. Oh, oh no. I hope that doesn't mean anything bad. I wonder what his ailment is exactly. Okay. They hatch apparently. All right. Um this isn't going to be like a oh, you need to make a contract with me right now to fix this. I hmm till the witch hatches. Yeah. It's very personal for Sayaka, obviously. Well, God, I don't know. I'm very suspicious of the situation we're in right now. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. How nice of you. I'm God, I hate his face. I am really my Cube suspicions have gone nowhere but up. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I guess if witches are, grief and sadness and stuff, a hospital is a pretty significant area for one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is I'm hoping this isn't all a ploy of some kind to get them to make a contract right now. Okay, sure. Hmm. Where's that symbol? Hmm. Okay. Oh, hi, Akami. Hmm. Well, oh, man, I don't know. I ref uh I really don't think Akami is up to anything bad of any kind. Hmm. Yeah, that's makes sense, right? A hospital. If they're formed out of grief and fear and sadness or whatever, a bunch of negative emotions, a hospital, I think is a very scary place for one to be. I mean, I guess we don't really know how they work exactly, but what on earth are those? What are they? Oh, okay. Oh god, that looked weird. That door. Like messed with my eyes. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Of course. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Yet another person. Yeah, I mean, another person in her life that she aspires to be like, right? Hmm. You wish to be like her? Mm-hmm. It's a very specific way of phrasing that. The power to help other people. Just like you. Ooh. Oh, man. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Being a magical girl, right? Oh. Hmm. Oh, don't say that. Madoka. Hmm. Yeah, a role model. That's, man. Hmm. So you might as well get something out of it. Yeah, I mean, I sure that's kind of. I feel like that's still kind of wasting it, but I guess that kind of says something about mommy, doesn't it? She feels like that would be less of a waste than someone just wishing to be like her. And obviously, I'm not. I'm not letting the significance of Akami's line in the first episode, "Never wish to be like someone else." I'm not letting that go past me. Hmm. Oh. do you do they teach you how to fight, or do you just figure this out when you become a magical girl? That was a cool cut. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Uh huh. Getting a little bit worried about all of that. I'm so happy. Wow, my life is so much better and awesome now. I sure hope nothing bad happens to me. What? It looks like Madoka. I don't want to be mean, but it kind of does. You see what, like the hair, you know? You see what I mean? That wasn't it. That was not it. Was Is that it? It just looks like a doll. Okay. Interesting. Hi there. No way, right? Really? Is that was pretty unceremonious if that's really what happened. Oh, okay. Awesome. Cool. Fantastic. All right. Great. Really? Okay, yeah, hurry up and make a contract with me. Yeah. I Really? Okay. Thank God. Akemi is here. Oh. Okay. Oh. All right. Really? That was so like unceremonious. She just died. Just really? Like for real? Okay. I don't. Okay. So Akemi is God. I don't know. Like she's just dead? Really? Like for real? Like are we serious right now? Like I don't like mommy is just gone. It just happened. No, nothing. All right, is it cool? We got it. Hmm. I She's really just dead? Like I mean, I okay. Oh man. I Fuck, dude. This is rough. Oh no. Yeah, Cube, what's up with you, buddy? Oh, yeah. Really? Like for real? Also, I guess we have an actual ending now. I knew it wasn't just going to be a static image the whole time. What, like for like really though? She just died. Just like there was no music cue. Like that's why I'm like so shocked. Is there was no like big music cue. There was no. It was so unceremonious. She just died, and it was just like okay, she's dead. Like it was practically off screen. You know, like huh. All right. Oh man. Like, what does that mean? Okay, I guess I'm sorry for mommy. I'm sorry. I apologize to mommy officially for doubting her so much. I think it's clear now that she is just, man. Let me read the lyrics. Oh, God, I want to talk about stuff. I should just wait till the discussion now because I know people are just going to skip all of this. So I don't want to talk about important stuff now. Man, she's dead. She died. What happened? Wow, that is. Huh. I guess she was. Hmm. Okay. Wow. All right. I'll see you guys on the discussion. Alrighty, let's go through the episode. Um, yeah, so I would like to issue an official apology to Mommy for doubting her so much. I guess I didn't really like um, voice my doubts about her like specifically, but I just thought she was really like in on it with Cube, kinda. Because I obviously, yeah, I am not issuing an apology to Cube. I think much even more than before, I am suspicious of him. So, man, that's man, she is dead, and she just died. Just it was so just it just happened. Like there was no music cue, there was no just you're dead. Okay, bye. Yeah, man, that sucks. That really sucks. I was thinking surely that's not going to happen, but when she was talking about how awesome and happy she is and how she's not alone anymore, she's not scared, I'm like, but okay, I guess it happened. Unlucky. Unlucky for Mommy. Um, yeah, I guess we should just go through the episode. So we get this scene at the beginning with I forgot his name again. This is why I should always write down names. I mean, like, what was his name? Man, what was his name? What was his name? They say it in this scene. I gotta get his name real quick. His name is. Come on. Kamijo. Kamijo-kun is his name. So this, I want to talk about this in regards to, we got a shot of I think it was literally this shot, but it was kind of in like black and red, weird coloring, so we couldn't really see it in the last episode. When Sayaka was talking about how she thinks it's like weird or like privileged in a way for both of them that they haven't already made a wish, that it's taken them so long to decide what they should wish for with Cube. And she said all this stuff about how like most people would have a wish they'd be willing to trade their life for immediately. Which for one, I like disagreed with that at first because I was thinking like, what would be the point if you're just gonna die, But I guess that's kind of a stupid thing to say, isn't it? Isn't that just like dumb to say and to think? Because I feel like almost everyone, there's something that they would be willing to give their life for in some way. Like, I don't know. I mean, would I be willing to die for the wish of like, everyone in the world will be happy forever? Like, maybe. I don't know. I don't like, or just, cancer will be cured forever and no one will ever get it again. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope I would be willing to die for that. And I guess that hope, me saying I hope I'd be willing to die for it, is the same feeling Sayaka is having here with him, right? Because obviously she feels like the reason she was saying that and thinking about him at the same moment is because she feels like for her it should be an easy decision. She thinks the fact that she isn't just wishing for him to get better, right, from whatever, I mean, assume it's something that's pretty much his life is over, right? It's something very severe. She blames herself, basically, for having not already wished, for it not being just an obvious, immediate thing for her, to wish for him to get better, and for that to be it, So yeah, I mean, it makes sense why she would be so down on herself for not being able to make that decision right away. But it really is, it's the same kind of thing that I just said, it's like, everyone imagines themselves being able to easily make that decision. Like, would you trade your life? Because you have to remember, that's the context they were framing it in, is trading your life for it, essentially, which we saw with Mommy here, that it really is pretty easy to lose your life, let alone what I think is the literary meaning behind being a magical girl and how that, in a way, is trading your life away. We'll talk about that, but, like, she feels like she should be willing to trade her life, essentially, for him, to give up her life to make him better, And, that's a much less extreme version of saying, oh, would you be willing to trade your life to solve world hunger or cure cancer forever or, stuff like that, which most people, I think, would be like, they would hope they would. But when you're actually put in the situation, would you? It's impossible to know, really, Because, I mean, when you're dead, So yeah, I don't know. I feel like this puts everything she was saying in a much different context. This was one of the things I was talking about that I'd already thought about a bunch, that I feel like I wasn't fair, or I guess I just didn't think about that scene enough last time. But yeah, those are my updated thoughts on it. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Very interesting. And yeah, we get more of Mommy-san being awesome. They mention early on in the episode that what we're doing is dangerous. I even said like we haven't seen any of that yet, and then yeah, we do see it by the end. I was wondering if we weren't going to end up seeing it until they eventually make their decision. At this point, my thought is like, I'm really worried that when they do make their decision, they make their wish and start this contract with Cube, that at that point it's just going to be like over. I feel like making their contract with Cube will be a very bad thing. Because the fact that we're 3 episodes in now and it still hasn't happened, it really, we're lengthening it out, because it really feels like them making this contract with Cube is not going to be a good thing, right? For literary reasons within the story as well, the themes we've discussed about. We'll talk about it. I'll talk about it more when we get to the scene where Madoka is talking to Mommy, especially. But like Mommy brings up here that her wish, she didn't have time to think about it. She was in this crash, and Kyubey just showed up, right? Which, for one, look at the lighting. This is like every time we see Kyubey in this episode, I swear to God, it's his face covered in shadow, and he's so creepy. But yeah, this just makes me think like, it really feels like Kyubey is like preying on people who are in a position where they are very vulnerable to the idea of making a wish and forming this contract with him, right? Sayaka certainly is, with this whole, Kamijo and wanting to save him. Madoka certainly is. It's like what I said before, how Madoka is almost the perfect target for it in a way. And I wonder if that's what they mean when later on they talk about how Madoka has so much potential. It's like I feel like she is so vulnerable to the idea of becoming a magical girl, and all the things that can mean. Becoming like an ideal version of yourself, but not even an ideal version of yourself, right? Because it's almost like you're losing your own identity and you're losing what makes you you, right? Mommy talks about it later, about the reality of being a magical girl and what that means for her. So in that sense, it's like Kyubey is preying on people who he knows are in a vulnerable position that will make this contract with him, So I guess like Mommy doesn't go into specifics here. Mommy's obviously one of the people in that position, right? She's at a car crash and is going to die, apparently. She says, but the stuff she says about it, how she doesn't really regret it. And, she thinks her current life is much better than having died back there. It's so like, it's really not firm. It makes it very clear that this whole magical girl thing isn't this idealized like dream like the way Madoka views it, right? It's clear that Mommy is very aware of the downsides of it in a way that Madoka isn't thinking about, Obviously, I don't think we have a full idea of what the downsides are, other than some of the stuff Mommy talks about in a minute. Because, yeah, she really is just like, because you could view the stuff she says here just as she feels like she could have gotten a better wish out of it. But just like, again, it just brings me back to the idea, it's like we're having this exchange between having a wish and we're exchanging it for becoming a magical girl. Like, on the surface, you would feel like both of those are good things. Like, what's the exchange here? What's the contract? What are we losing for this? And it's obvious just the implications of becoming a magical girl have some downsides that at least Madoka hasn't really thought through, Because, like, you could read this to be, she just wants Madoka and Sayaka to have wishes that they think are worth it. But it's also like, she wants them to think it through because becoming a magical girl isn't a purely positive thing, like the way Madoka's viewing it, Which again, like, just with the way it's with the way Madoka views other people, the way everyone in her life, she looks up to them in some aspect, something about them. Her mother, Hitomi, Sayaka even, Mommy certainly, like Akemi, everyone in the story, basically. Madoka looks up to them in some way and wants to become like them. And magical girls are kind of the ultimate form of that in a way, you know? And yeah, I don't know. Sayaka brings up that she wants to use her wish on Kamijo, which, for one, Kyubey says it hasn't happened. It's not like it hasn't happened before, which, I don't know. I wonder if that's something that is, I wonder if that's just a throwaway line or if we're going to see that something like that has indeed happened before. I don't know. We'll see. I guess in a way, Madoka almost wants to use her wish on other people, right? She says she wants the power to help other people, right? Although more specifically, she just wanted to be like Mami-san, which, And then, yeah, it's like, Mami says this, you know, do you want to be the person who made his wish come true? Or do you just want that, you know? And that is a very harsh way of saying it, but it's, yeah, she's just very, it's like she's very worried about them wasting their wishes, which, yeah, makes sense. I guess just, I feel bad for Mami now that she just died, so, especially because I was so suspicious of her before, thinking she was, like, in on this with Kyubey. And then we get this very interesting scene, which for one, Kyubey says this stuff how he's not in a position to pressure them into it. But I, you know, feel like him, the end of the episode before Akemi shows up after Mami died, really feels like it was kind of, if in some way that was orchestrated by Kyubey or something like that. It was certainly a situation, at the very least, that benefits Kyubey a lot. Assuming, you know, I think the idea is obviously that this whole contract thing is gonna benefit Kyubey a lot, in ways that we don't understand. Yeah, because she says here, you know, just wishing to be a magical girl, right? Because she, you know, again, I've said it a million times, the idea of being a magical girl is just, it's like she can live up to and fulfill all of these things that she aspires to be like from other people, you know? Yeah, just be the ideal person, you know? I guess that is a better way of phrasing it, right? It's not really specifically being an ideal version of yourself, because that implies that you're keeping some form of yourself there, right? She just wants to be the ideal person in all of these ways that she thinks she doesn't live up to, right? She says all this stuff about how she's not good at anything. She can, yeah, she's, you know, it's so sad, right? And it's not that she is trying to get better at those things, really, or trying to, you know, improve herself. No, she looks up to these traits in other people and is like, oh, I wish I could just be like that, you know? And Kyubey is giving her this opportunity to just become a magical girl and instantly fix all of it, instantly become just this ideal person that she thinks she should be like, you know? Which, like, isn't good. Like, I don't, like, you know, I feel like that should go without saying, you know, that's not, I don't think, there's nothing wrong with looking up to other people in your life and being like, okay, yeah, I wish I was more like them, and using them as an example. But if you literally think, okay, I suck and I can't do anything, I should literally be like them instead of trying to improve yourself, you know? That's bad. And yeah, just all this stuff about Madoka having so much potential. I just feel like it has to play into that, right? The idea of Madoka being the perfect victim for this whole magical girl type thing, you know? And it's like right after she says all this stuff about how she can't do anything and all of this, you know? I mean, she helps her mom at least, you know? But other than that, I don't really know I don't know what to think about this scene. You know, we talked about this before in the last episode. We had the scene with Madoka asking her mother what her wish would be. And, you know, it's clear Madoka looks up to her mother a lot. I left a long comment about this in the episode 1 on YouTube. I pinned it about how I don't really know what to make of Madoka and how she looks up to her mother. Because I said a lot of stuff about how you can view it in a way as being kind of general, like, female empowerment, almost. You know, how her mother is the head of the household and all of that, you know. But, to be fair, in the first episode and the second episode, there was a lot of emphasis on Madoka's mother putting on makeup and all of that, using her femininity to not really get what she wants, but using it in a way, you know, yeah, I guess kind of using it to get what she wants in terms of her career, right? Like, um, and in a way, it's like, what is femininity? What are feminine beauty standards? Having to put on makeup, all of that, right? That's pressures put on you by society. That all that type of stuff, And in a way, that's what Madoka is feeling. That's why Madoka feels like she isn't enough. I mean, very explicitly in the first episode as well, her feeling like she wishes people would send her love letters. She wishes she was pretty. All of this, right? Which again, it's like those aren't bad things to wish about yourself. It's fine to want those things for yourself, even if they are, even if the origin of those feelings is from societal pressure. That doesn't mean it's bad to want those things exactly, right? Which I guess that's just where the conflict in my mind is from. That's just why it just feels like something that I really just can't decide what to think about it, And I guess in a way, it's like this scene makes me think the same thing. How like she says this line: if you want to drink, drink by yourself. In Japan, I know it is expected, at least, I guess from my anime understanding, in a way. I know Japan has an extreme work culture, of really bad work culture, right? Where you're kind of expected to go out and socialize with your coworkers all the time, with your boss, all that kind of stuff, right? So this line, it's like, that's what it makes me think of, is that her mom is in a way a victim, obviously, to these societal pressures, just like everyone else, I mean, a victim, right? You don't have to say you're a victim. It's just like everyone else. She is affected negatively by these societal standards in a way. Yeah, she's influenced by them just like everyone else, right? Even though Madoka looks up to her so much, and she is an example of female empowerment in a way. Just like anyone else, she's still affected by the same societal pressures that are making Madoka feel the way she does about herself, I guess I don't really know what else to say about it other than that. I don't really have a conclusion based off that. I don't really know what they're saying about it, or what the author's intention is in terms of whether or not, I mean, I guess, like, if we just want to look at it in a super simple way, I don't really know if, like, they're saying, Madoka's feelings are bad or not. I don't know. I guess that's just what I'm thinking about it, I suppose. I haven't decided. I don't know. I really can't decide. It's just very interesting, I guess there doesn't really have to be a strict, like, decision on whether or not it's bad, I mean, I guess just the thing to take from it is Madoka, in her mind, wants to be a magical girl who lives up to the ideal version of someone who is in some way lives up to all of these societal pressures that she feels on herself. And I guess all of the people around her, like her mom that she looks up to so much, Hitomi, in a way, I think is pretty obvious. Like, there's these people that she looks up to and is jealous of because she feels like they are doing better than her at meeting the standards that society wants her to meet, but they're still a victim to those same societal standards anyway, So it's like the idea of a magical girl, of an ideal version of a person who meets all of that is just, it's impossible, right? Anyway, I mean, that was a long, and this scene, I really don't know what to make of it. She loves the challenge. It's not that she loves her job, but she loves the challenge. I guess he's kind of saying similar stuff to me, right? That it's not... Yeah. I guess the stuff he says kind of goes along with what I was saying in a way, right? That, it's not like her mom is this ideal in every way, Man, I don't know. It's like despite the fact that her mom isn't perfect, they love her anyway, obviously, right? And despite the fact that her mom's life isn't perfect or what she might have envisioned, right? Despite the fact that her mom isn't a magical girl who's perfect, right? I don't know. I would have to think about it more. Sorry. And, like, whenever I say that, I always feel like I'm like, you know, people might think that means I should just like try and organize my thoughts more, but I feel like it's the type of thing I would have to think about for like days to reach a conclusion on, because I always just think about these episodes for a long time after I finish recording them. So I mean, I could wait a week and talk about it next week. How's that sound? Um, hmm. And yeah, we have another scene with Akemi on the high ground and Mommy on the low ground, which surely has no meaning at all, right? um, and again, I don't know what to make of this whole conversation, because I feel like both of them are lying in some way. Like whatever Mommy means by potential, whatever Akemi says it's a nuisance, but that doesn't make any sense. I just don't believe that for a second. So, man, because this conversation, it's like makes me suspicious of Mommy in some way again. But if she really just died, and if she meant everything she said to Madoka, which I think she did, then Mommy is in a way just a victim as well, you know? So, man, this can be, God, I don't know. And then the grief seed shows up, and right after it does, we zoom in on Kyubei's face in a weird way. Surely it, I don't know, really just making me think this was all orchestrated by Kyubei. Just, you know, to make them, you know, thank God Akemi comes in clutch, because I feel like it was just in a way to force Madoka and Sayaka in a situation where they have to wish and become magical girls right then and there, you know? And, yeah, I mean, yeah, it being a hospital, I said this a bunch of times, but yeah, it being a hospital with witches apparently being a representation of grief and sadness and all of that, negative emotions, yeah, it being such a powerful witch, it makes sense, right? I wonder why, if Mommy is really not in on it with Kyubei in any way, like in on it, I know I keep saying that, but like, what does that mean? I don't even know. But if she isn't, then like, why is she so oppositional to Akemi? I really don't know. So, you know, Madoka starts talking to Mommy about how her wish, and how, you know, it's just like I was saying, how Mommy is now this perfect representation of someone that she really wants to be like, right? Yeah, you showed me what it was like to be able to fight and save people, you know. And her wish really does boil down to, I want to be like you, essentially, you know? Like, which, for one, obviously is in direct contradiction to what Akemi told Madoka in the first episode, which was never wish to be someone else, right? Which I think I've said it 50 times, but obviously wanting to be a magical girl in the first place is already oppositional to that idea anyway, you know? But this is specifically, she's wishing to be like Mommy, you know? Just like you. And Mommy brings up a lot of the downsides to being a magical girl, to being a role model type character, like she is, you know? Like, her saying this, you know, I've no one to talk to when I'm scared or sad, right? Because it's like, her being this type of character, where this type of person, I mean, obviously, you know, like, her being this type of person who is a role model for other people, like Madoka, like Sayaka, probably for a lot of younger girls, especially, right? Her saying she's no one to talk to when she's scared or sad, like, yeah, that makes sense, you know, because it would be hard, it's hard to have a friendship with someone when they look up to you as the perfect magical girl who's, like, perfect and awesome, you know? Because you're always just going to be someone who, you know, how are you going to rely on other people when they're viewing you like the way Madoka views Mommy, you know? I mean, so in that sense, it's like the loneliness aspect of it makes a lot of sense, you know, of when you're perfect and ideal in every way and everyone just looks up to you, how do you ever show weakness? How do you ever rely on someone else, you know? Because your relationship with them is you're never going to be, like, equal with someone else, at the very least, you know? Not that that's required for a relationship exactly, but, And yeah, and then we get this great heartwarming, you know, oh, thank God, I'm not alone anymore, and it's really happy and awesome. And of course, Madoka is so deprecating. It's very sad. um, but yeah, I mean, it's really, Mommy really doesn't want Madoka to wish this, to wish to be like her. Which is just, again, it just brings me back to the same thing, just the conflict between wanting to be like other people and wanting to be your own person. And I just can't decide what I think about it, you know? But, yeah, and then, you know, we reach this great, it's perfect and awesome, and, you know, oh, thank God I have a, you know, yeah, I'm so happy now, and I won't be alone, and blah, 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 blah. Surely I won't die in the next scene. And then she dies in the next scene. And also, this doll looks like Madoka. I don't know what that means, but, like, surely I'm not, like, hallucinating, right? Like, look at it. It's Madoka. Is it not? Is this not Madoka? Am I crazy? Look at the hair. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, she dies instantly, very unceremoniously, and is dead. So unlucky. And yeah, it plays right into Kyubei's thing. Thank God Akemi shows up to save the day. And yeah, I do not know how Madoka is going to react to this, or Sayaka. I mean, Madoka is probably going to blame herself in some way. That is my first immediate assumption. Because she is going to think that if she had already wished, if she had already become a magical girl and had the power to help other people, then Mommy wouldn't have died and all, you know, it's just going to be awful. So, yeah, it's going to be sad. But I guess we'll just see how Madoka reacts to it. I'm almost wondering if because Madoka didn't make the decision right there, like I think Kyubei wanted her to, I wonder if this is almost going to backfire on him. Again, I'm just really all in on the whole idea that Kyubei orchestrated all of this in some way. But I feel like it could almost backfire in some way, and that Madoka is just going to withdraw into her shell and, like, not think she's worthy of being a magical girl. But we'll see. I guess we'll see. Alright, I think that's it. I really rambled for a long time, but that's okay. It's very interesting. Some very interesting themes being discussed here. And I don't think I'm really looking too deep into it. I think it's pretty clear. So, I don't know. It's really cool. It's cool to see. Yeah, I guess that's it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. Subscribe, maybe, if you liked it. We're getting to 200. We are getting there. And I will see you guys in the next one.